Filming the shark scenes for Thunderball was fraught with unexpected challenges that turned into a chaotic experience for the crew. The production team faced difficulties with the underwater filming conditions, which were not only murky, but also filled with unpredictable currents. These factors made it hard to capture the desired shots, leading to frustration among the filmmakers. Moreover, the sharks themselves added another layer of complexity. The crew had initially hoped to work with trained sharks, but the reality was far from ideal. The animals were unpredictable, and their behavior often deviated from what was anticipated, resulting in moments of genuine danger for the cast and crew. Sean Connery, who portrayed James Bond, found himself in tense situations as the sharks swam close during filming. The combination of technical issues and wild marine life created a chaotic atmosphere, making the shark scenes some of the most challenging to shoot. Despite the setbacks, the crew persevered, ultimately creating iconic underwater sequences that contributed to the film's legacy. James Bond heads to the Bahamas to recover 2 nuclear warheads stolen by Spectre agent Emilio Largo in an international extortion scheme. This plot unfolds with Bond's signature charm and wit as he navigates through a world filled with danger and deception. The film follows a close adaptation of Ian Fleming's novel, showcasing the familiar elements that fans of the series have come to love. The stakes are high as Largo threatens to detonate the warheads unless a hefty ransom is paid, putting millions of lives at risk. Throughout the movie, Bond employs an array of special gadgets and updated technology, which enhance the action and intrigue. These tools add a modern twist to the classic espionage narrative, allowing Bond to engage in thrilling underwater battles and high-speed chases. As he delves deeper into the mission, Bond encounters various characters, including beautiful women and deadly foes, all while trying to thwart Largo's plans. The lush setting of the Bahamas provides a stunning backdrop for the unfolding drama, blending glamour with danger. With its mix of suspense, action, and romance, Thunderball captures the essence of the Bond franchise, making it a memorable entry in the series. In the film adaptation of Thunderball, there are notable differences from the original novel. One major difference is the introduction of the organization Spectre. In the film continuity, James Bond is first introduced to Spectre in Dr. No. This sets a different tone and context for Bond's encounters with the organization throughout the series. Additionally, the events in From Russia with Love, which are also connected to Spectre, show a deeper and more complex relationship between Bond and this villainous group. The film portrays Spectre as a continuous threat that masterminds various plots against Bond, creating a sense of an overarching narrative that ties the films together. This connection enhances the stakes for Bond and adds layers to his character as he navigates through these dangerous encounters. The film's portrayal of Spectre establishes it as a central antagonist, making the narrative more cohesive and engaging for the audience. By linking these stories, the filmmakers created a richer experience that resonates with viewers as they see Bond's ongoing battle against this formidable organization. The changes made in the film adaptation reflect a shift in focus that emphasizes the ongoing struggle between good and evil, making it a significant departure from the novel's standalone narrative. The film's approach to Spectre ultimately shapes the Bond franchise, influencing how future stories are told and how audiences perceive the character's challenges. The plot of Thunderball revolves around the sinister organization Spectre, which devises a plan to hold the world hostage by hijacking 2 nuclear bombs. The story begins with an Avro Vulcan bomber that is transporting these bombs. A Spectre henchman, who has undergone extensive plastic surgery to disguise himself as a NATO observer, infiltrates the mission. Once aboard the plane, he takes control, subduing the crew and landing the aircraft in the ocean near the Bahamas. There, Emilio Largo, the main antagonist, along with his men, retrieves the warheads. They cleverly conceal the plane from any overhead reconnaissance, ensuring that no one can discover their location. As the operation unfolds, tension rises when Largo decides to eliminate the imposter who had posed as the NATO observer. This man had demanded more money before the hijacking, prompting Largo to kill him as a way to assert control and eliminate any loose ends. The film escalates as the threat of nuclear devastation looms, and the race against time begins to thwart Spectre's dangerous plans. In the film Thunderball, there is a notable moment when all the 00 agents are gathered for a briefing at M's office. This scene is unique because it provides the only glimpse of multiple 00 agents in one shot. The atmosphere is tense as they await important information regarding their missions. A Among them, Double Seven, played by Sean Connery, is the last to arrive. He walks in and takes a seat in the only available chair, which happens to be the seventh chair from the left. This detail adds a subtle touch to the scene, emphasizing his status as the most famous agent. While the focus is on Bond, the other 00 agents remain mostly hidden from view. The camera angles and shooting style keep their identities shrouded in mystery, as they are mostly seen from behind. This clever filming choice enhances the intrigue surrounding the 00 program and highlights the significance of Bond's character within that elite group. The moment serves as a reminder of the collective force of these agents, even as they remain largely in the shadows. The scene captures the essence of espionage, where the identities and capabilities of agents are often concealed, adding to the suspense of the narrative. The rocket propulsion jetpack featured in the movie Thunderball was originally conceived for military applications. Known as a Small Rocket Lift Device, or SRLD, its design dates back to the 1950s. The primary goal was to enhance the agility and operational capabilities of soldiers. By enabling them to leap over obstacles like landmarks and waterways, this technology aimed to improve their effectiveness in various terrains. The model used in Thunderball was developed by Bell Aero Systems, specifically their rocket belt design. This innovative device allowed for a flight duration of 21 seconds, which might seem brief, but was impressive for its time. The jetpack generated a significant amount of horsepower, providing the necessary lift for the user. Its appearance in Thunderball not only showcased advanced technology, but also captured the imagination of audiences, highlighting the potential of such devices in both military and civilian applications. The integration of this rocket propulsion system into the film added an element of excitement and futuristic appeal, making it a memorable part of the James Bond series. The concept of a personal jetpack continues to intrigue inventors and enthusiasts, as it represents a fascinating intersection of science fiction and real-world technology. Initially, Sean Connery was set to fly the jetpack in the movie Thunderball without wearing a helmet. This choice was made because the filmmakers believed that Connery would appear more debonair and suave without the additional gear. Some publicity photos were even taken of him operating the jetpack in this manner, showcasing the actor in what they thought would be a more stylish look. However, as production progressed, it became clear that safety concerns needed to take precedence. The pilot who was actually flying the jetpack refused to perform the stunt without a helmet due to the inherent risks involved. This prompted the decision to have Connery wear a helmet during the scene to ensure safety, while maintaining continuity in the film. The change highlighted the balance between the film's glamorous image and the practicalities of stunt work, illustrating how safety considerations can influence creative decisions in filmmaking. The final scenes featuring the jetpack ultimately combined both style and safety, showcasing Connery's iconic portrayal of James Bond, while adhering to necessary precautions. Claudine Auger's heavily accented English was deemed unsuitable by the filmmakers after they shot the initial scenes for Thunderball. As a result, they decided to call in Nikki van der Zyl to provide the voice dubbing for her character. This decision highlights the importance of clear dialogue in film, and how the final product must resonate with audiences. Auger's performance was visually captivating, but the filmmakers felt that her accent did not fit the character they envisioned. On another note, Martine Beswick, who played Paula Kaplan in Thunderball, had an interesting transformation before filming began. Known for her role as one of the gypsy girls in From Russia with Love, she was required to achieve a specific look for her character in this film. Before shooting in Nassau, Bahamas, she spent approximately 2 weeks sunning herself to develop a proper tan that would reflect the appearance of a native girl. This change was necessary because her skin was quite pale due to years of stage work in England. The effort she put into achieving the right look demonstrates the dedication actors often have to their roles, ensuring they fit the character's background and setting. The contrast between her earlier pale complexion and the well-tanned appearance she showcased in Thunderball underscores the lengths actors will go to immerse themselves in their characters. After a long day of filming for Thunderball, a memorable incident unfolded on the beach. Hundreds of people were gathered, watching the crew work. The atmosphere was light and filled with excitement as the cast and crew wrapped up for the day. Sean Connery, who played the iconic James Bond, was in good spirits. He turned to his hairdresser with a playful grin and said, "Here you go." In a surprising and humorous move, he pulled off his toupee and tossed it at the hairdresser. The hairpiece flew through the air like a perfectly thrown frisbee. The hairdresser, quick on his feet, caught it effortlessly. This unexpected moment caused an uproar among the onlookers. Laughter erupted as Canary declared, "That's it, I'm out of here." The combination of his boldness and the playful nature of the act made everyone around burst into laughter. It was a delightful break from the seriousness of filming, showcasing Canary's fun-loving personality and ability to bring joy to those around him. The incident became a cherished memory for those present, highlighting the lighter side of life on set during the making of a classic Bond film. As the production of Thunderball took place in 1965, the James Bond film franchise had reached significant heights of popularity, influencing the entertainment landscape. This success led to a surge in the creation of other espionage-themed films and television series. The trend was evident in various media, with audiences captivated by the thrilling world of spies and secret agents. The producers of Thunderball recognized this phenomenon and initially planned to incorporate cameos from stars of other spy-related shows. They envisioned having Robert Vaughn and David McCallum from The Man from UNCLE, James Coburn from Our Man Flint, Michael Caine as Harry Palmer, Dean Martin portraying Matt Helm, and Robert Culp and Bill Cosby from I Spy. This ambitious idea aimed to create a memorable crossover that would delight fans of the genre. However, the plan faced challenges. The salaries demanded by these actors for their appearances were substantial, and the tight production schedule made it difficult to accommodate such a large ensemble. Ultimately, the producers had to abandon this gimmick, highlighting the complexities of filmmaking during a time when the espionage trend was at its peak. The decision reflected both the financial realities of the film industry and the need to maintain a streamlined production process. The resulting film, while lacking the anticipated cameos, still resonated with audiences, further solidifying the Bond franchise's influence on popular culture. The excitement surrounding espionage films continued to thrive, with Thunderball standing as a testament to the era's fascination with spies and adventure. During the filming of Thunderball, a memorable scene unfolded at around an hour and 27 minutes into the movie. This particular moment features a dog urinating during the vibrant Junkanoo parade. Initially, the supervising editor believed this footage was not strong enough to make the final cut, and it was left on the cutting room floor. However, the producers, upon reviewing the dailies, found the shot to be quite entertaining. They enjoyed the spontaneity of the dog's actions so much that they insisted it be included in the film. Interestingly, the scene also captured a group of parade participants who were dressed in hats emblazoned with 7. The filmmakers, aware of this, attempted to edit around the group to avoid drawing attention to them. However, the dog's unexpected nature call became the focus, inadvertently keeping the 7 group in the final cut. This quirky moment adds a layer of charm to the film, showcasing how sometimes the most unplanned elements can become memorable highlights in cinematic storytelling. During the filming of Thunderball at Silverstone Racetrack, stuntman Bob Simmons faced a life-threatening moment that showcased his exceptional skills and timing. As the scene unfolded, a car explosion was set to take place, and Simmons was inside the vehicle. The tension was palpable as everyone watched, anticipating the dramatic blast. However, in a twist that would surprise many, Simmons managed to make a very narrow escape just before the explosion occurred. Director Terrence Young, witnessing the stunt, raced to the scene, only to be greeted by Simmons, who had cleverly surprised him from the side of the road as a gag. The spectators, caught up in the excitement, generally did not see Simmons exit the vehicle before it blew up. This was likely due to his exit point being in a blind spot from their perspective. To onlookers, it appeared as if he had been engulfed in the flames and debris of the explosion. The dramatic nature of the stunt left everyone believing that he might have been seriously injured, which speaks volumes about Simmons' talent as a stuntman. His ability to time his exit perfectly is a testament to his expertise in performing dangerous stunts. In the world of stunt work, timing is everything, and Simmons proved that he was more than capable of handling the risks involved in such thrilling scenes. During the production of Thunderball, members of the cast and crew were interviewed multiple times, reflecting the immense popularity of the James Bond film franchise. The media attention was high, as audiences were eager to learn more about the making of the film and the actors involved. However, Sean Connery, who played the iconic role of James Bond, was more reserved when it came to media appearances. He consented to only one interview during the film's production, and that was with Playboy magazine. This decision highlighted Connery's desire to maintain a level of privacy despite the overwhelming interest in his character and the film itself. Other cast members and crew were more open to sharing their experiences, discussing everything from the elaborate sets to the thrilling underwater scenes that became a hallmark of the film. The interviews provided insight into the challenges faced during filming, including the logistics of underwater shooting, and the intricate stunts that were performed. The enthusiasm surrounding the film was palpable, and it was clear that Thunderball was not just another installment, but a significant part of the Bond legacy. The combination of star power, innovative techniques, and the allure of the spy genre kept fans engaged and excited throughout the production process. The gun barrel sequence that opens the movie marks not only the first time that the actor portraying Bond performed this scene, but it is also the first instance in the film franchise where the dot opens up to reveal the first scene of the story. This iconic moment has become a hallmark of the James Bond series, setting the tone for the action and intrigue that follows. In Thunderball, the sequence starts with the familiar sight of a gun barrel, a symbol synonymous with the franchise. As the camera moves forward, viewers see the figure of Bond, played by Sean Connery, who turns and shoots at the camera, creating a dramatic effect that pulls the audience into the world of espionage and danger. The transition from the gun barrel to the opening scene is seamless, showcasing a clever storytelling technique that enhances the cinematic experience. This moment not only introduces Bond but also establishes the film's style and rhythm. The choice to have the dot open up into the narrative is a creative decision that adds depth to the film's beginning, making it memorable for fans and newcomers alike. The gun barrel sequence has since become an essential part of Bond's identity, representing the blend of action, sophistication, and adventure that defines the series. This innovative approach in Thunderball set a precedent for future films, influencing how the franchise would present its iconic opening sequences. It captures the essence of Bond, making it clear that danger lurks at every corner and adventure awaits. The sequence remains a beloved and enduring element of the Bond legacy, symbolizing the franchise's commitment to thrilling storytelling and unforgettable visuals. In the underwater scenes of Thunderball, Sean Connery faced a unique and dangerous challenge while filming. The plan was to use clear plastic panels to protect him from the sharks during close-up shots. However, these panels were only about 3 feet high, which allowed the sharks to swim right over them. This meant that Connery found himself much closer to real sharks than he had anticipated. The fear visible on his face in those moments was genuine, as he was filled with fright while the sharks approached him. In another part of the filming, the crew decided to use a dead shark, which was pulled through the water with a cable. This approach was deemed safer than the original setup, but it did not eliminate the risks entirely. The chaotic environment of filming with live sharks created a tense atmosphere not just for Connery, but also for the crew members assisting him in the water. They too faced potential danger, and the situation could have easily turned disastrous. Everyone involved was immensely relieved when they completed the scene without any injuries or incidents, grateful to have escaped the underwater chaos unscathed. When James Bond and Domino meet underwater, the scene captures a moment of intrigue and allure. Originally, the filmmakers planned to show Domino's bikini floating out from behind a rock, which would have added a layer of suggestiveness to the encounter. However, the producers ultimately decided against this idea, feeling it was too provocative even for a James Bond film, which often pushed the boundaries of suggestive content. This decision reflects the careful balance the filmmakers aimed for in portraying sensuality without crossing into excessive suggestiveness. Additionally, it is interesting to note that Domino's clothing is always in black and white, which cleverly aligns with her name. This choice not only adds a stylish element to her character, but also enhances the visual aesthetic of the film. The underwater scene remains a memorable highlight, showcasing the chemistry between Bond and Domino while adhering to the film's overall tone. The attention to detail in costume design and scene composition plays a significant role in creating a captivating cinematic experience. It has long been rumored that a Royal Navy engineer approached the producers of the movie Thunderball to inquire about the design of the rebreather used in the film. This engineer and his team had been working on a similar device, but struggled to make it work effectively. They were hopeful that the filmmakers had developed a groundbreaking technology that could aid their efforts. However, the producers revealed a surprising truth that left the engineer devastated. The rebreather seen on screen was not a real device that allowed actors to breathe underwater for extended periods. Instead, the actors were simply holding their breath during the underwater scenes. This revelation highlights the art of filmmaking, where illusion plays a crucial role. The magic of cinema often relies on clever techniques, and methods that create the appearance of reality. In this case, the rebreather was just one of many elements crafted to enhance the thrilling underwater sequences that have become iconic in the James Bond franchise. The engineer's disappointment underscores the gap between real-life technology and the creative liberties taken in film production. The world of cinema often blurs the lines between fact and fiction, leaving audiences mesmerized by what they see on screen. The story of the rebreather serves as a reminder of the lengths filmmakers go to create captivating narratives and visuals that engage viewers. The budget for Thunderball was significant, exceeding the combined budgets of the first 3 James Bond films. This financial investment reflected the ambition of the filmmakers to create a grand spectacle that would captivate audiences. With its lavish sets, impressive special effects, and extensive underwater sequences, the film set a high standard for future Bond movies. The popularity of Thunderball was unmatched among the Bond series, as it resonated deeply with paying audiences worldwide. It achieved remarkable ticket sales, raking in an astounding $140 million. This success not only demonstrated the film's appeal, but also solidified James Bond's status as a cultural icon. The combination of a larger budget and immense popularity helped to elevate the franchise, making Thunderball a pivotal entry in the series that would influence many aspects of action and spy films that followed. The film's ability to attract such large audiences underscored its significance in the cinematic landscape of the 1960s, marking a high point in the James Bond legacy. As we close the thrilling chapters of Thunderball, the excitement doesn't end here. What lies beyond the credits is a treasure trove of stories waiting to be uncovered. The lives of the cast members took unexpected turns after they stepped off the set. From the suave Sean Connery, who would continue to define the role of James Bond, to the captivating Claudine Auger, whose career blossomed in various international films, their journeys are as intriguing as the film itself. What challenges did they face in Hollywood's ever-changing landscape? Did they find the same level of success or struggle to redefine their identities? Join us as we delve into the fascinating aftermath of their time in Thunderball. Discover the unique paths they carved, the legacies they left behind, and the surprises that shaped their lives long after the cameras stopped rolling. The suspense of their stories will keep you on the edge of your seat, revealing the human side of these iconic figures. Anthony Dawson's portrayal of Ernst Stavro, Blofeld, in the 1965 film Thunderball marked a significant moment in his career. He embodied the enigmatic villain with a chilling presence, becoming one of the most iconic figures in the James Bond franchise. Dawson's performance was characterized by a cold, calculating demeanor that added depth to Blofeld's sinister plans, leaving a lasting impression on audiences. After Thunderball, Dawson's career experienced fluctuations. He continued to work in film and television, appearing in various roles, but never quite reaching the same level of fame. His life off-screen was marked by personal hardships. He faced financial struggles and battled health issues that affected his ability to work consistently. Dawson's private life was shrouded in mystery, with few details emerging about his relationships or personal scandals. His later years were spent away from the spotlight, and he largely faded from public view. The last known information about him suggests he lived a quiet life until his passing in 2008, leaving behind a complex legacy as a memorable villain in cinematic history. Sean Connery's portrayal of James Bond in the 1965 film Thunderball marked a significant moment in cinema history. His embodiment of Bond combined charm, sophistication, and an underlying menace, setting the standard for future interpretations of the character. Connery's Bond was not just a suave spy, he was a complex figure navigating a world filled with danger and moral ambiguity. This role solidified his status as a cultural icon, but it also trapped him in the shadow of the character, complicating his career. After Thunderball, Connery faced personal and professional challenges. He struggled with typecasting, feeling confined to the Bond persona. His relationships were tumultuous, including a highly publicized marriage to actress Diane Cilento, which ended in divorce. Connery also faced backlash for his controversial remarks about women, which drew criticism and raised questions about his views. In later years, he found success in diverse roles, winning an Academy Award for The Untouchables in 1988. Despite his achievements, he battled personal demons, including a reported struggle with depression and the pressures of fame. His later life was marked by a retreat from the public eye, living in the Bahamas and focusing on family. In October 2020, Connery passed away at the age of 90, leaving behind a legacy that continues to resonate in film and popular culture. His life was a mix of triumph and turmoil, reflecting the complexities of a man who was both a star and a deeply private individual. Jack Willem portrayed the role of senior RAF staff officer in the 1965 film Thunderball, a character marked by authority and a sense of urgency amidst the chaos of international espionage. His performance added a layer of realism to the military operations depicted in the film, showcasing the tensions of the Cold War era. Willem's character was pivotal, representing the British military's involvement in the fight against the looming threat of nuclear disaster. Beyond the screen, Willem's life was fraught with challenges. He faced personal hardships, including the tragic loss of his first wife, which deeply affected him. Willem was known to grapple with bouts of depression, a struggle that was not uncommon among actors of his time, often hidden behind the facade of fame. His career had its ups and downs, with notable roles in theater and television, but he remained a somewhat enigmatic figure, often overshadowed by more prominent stars. In his later years, Willem became reclusive, retreating from the public eye. He lived a quiet life until his passing in 2001. The details of his later years are sparse, leaving a sense of mystery about the man behind the roles. His legacy endures through his performances, but the shadows of his personal trials linger, reminding us that even those who portray authority on screen can face profound struggles off it. Luciana Paluzzi's role as Fiona in the 1965 film Thunderball marked a significant moment in her career. As a striking and cunning femme fatale, she captivated audiences with her portrayal of a woman who is both seductive and dangerous. Fiona's character was integral to the film's tension, showcasing Paluzzi's ability to blend allure with menace. This role solidified her status as a prominent actress in the spy genre, following her work in other notable films. After Thunderball, Paluzzi's career saw ups and downs. While she appeared in various films and television shows, she struggled to find roles that matched her breakthrough performance. Personal hardships also shattered her life. Paluzzi faced challenges in her relationships, including a turbulent marriage to actor and director Michael Sarrazin. The pressures of fame took their toll, leading to a period of introspection and withdrawal from the public eye. In later years, Paluzzi embraced a quieter life, living in Italy. She remained out of the spotlight, with few public appearances. The last known information about her suggests that she continues to enjoy her privacy, reflecting on a life filled with both triumph and trials. In the 1965 film Thunderball, Bernard Lee portrayed the enigmatic character M, the head of MI6. His performance was marked by a commanding presence, embodying the stern authority expected of the leader of British intelligence. Lee's M was pivotal, guiding James Bond through treacherous waters with an air of gravitas that set the tone for the film. This role solidified his status in the Bond franchise, making him a familiar face among fans. After Thunderball, Bernard Lee's career continued to flourish, but it was not without personal challenges. He faced a significant hardship when his wife, actress and playwright, passed away in 1972, leaving him devastated. Lee struggled with the loss, and it took a toll on his health and spirit. He battled cancer in the late 1970s, which ultimately led to his death in 1981. Despite his struggles, Lee was remembered for his dedication to his craft and his contributions to film and theater. His legacy remains, with many recalling his portrayal of M as a defining element of the early Bond films. Last known information indicates that Lee's impact on cinema continues to be celebrated, though his life was marked by both triumph and tragedy. Claudine Auger portrayed the enigmatic character Domino in the 1965 James Bond film Thunderball. Her role as a beautiful but conflicted woman caught in a web of espionage and betrayal showcased her talent and left a lasting impression on audiences. Auger's portrayal combined allure with depth, capturing the complexity of a woman torn between love and survival. After Thunderball, Auger faced challenges in her career. While she appeared in several films, none reached the iconic status of her Bond role. Her personal life was marked by turmoil. She experienced the heartbreak of a failed marriage to actor and director Pierre Gaspard-Huet. The couple's split was filled with public scrutiny, and Auger often struggled with the pressures of fame. In the late 1970s, she relocated to the United States, seeking a fresh start. However, her life took a darker turn when she battled depression and faced financial difficulties. Despite these hardships, Auger remained resilient and continued to act intermittently. In her later years, she found some solace in painting and writing, exploring her creativity outside of acting. The last known information about Agar indicates she lived a quiet life in Paris, reflecting on her past while maintaining a low profile. Her legacy, though marked by challenges, endures through her iconic role in cinema. Desmond Llewellyn's portrayal of Q in the 1965 film Thunderball marked a significant moment in his career. As the quartermaster of MI6, Llewellyn brought a unique blend of wit and gravitas to the character, becoming synonymous with the role. His performance established Q as a beloved figure in the James Bond franchise, known for his inventive gadgets and dry humor. This role would define much of his career, leading him to reprise it in several subsequent Bond films. Beyond his success, Llewellyn faced personal hardships. He endured the tragic loss of his wife, which deeply affected him. In 1999, he was involved in a serious car accident that left him hospitalized. Despite these challenges, he remained dedicated to his craft, continuing to engage with fans and participate in events related to the Bond legacy. Llewellyn's life came to a sudden end in 1999 when he died in a car crash at the age of 85. His legacy lives on through his iconic role as Q, a character that continues to resonate with audiences. His contributions to film and the challenges he faced reflect a life marked by both triumph and tragedy. In the 1965 film Thunderball, Martine Beswick portrayed Paula, a character who embodied both allure and danger. Her role as a femme fatale showcased her striking beauty and strong screen presence, making a lasting impression in the James Bond franchise. Paula's character was a mix of seduction and intrigue, reflecting the complex dynamics often seen in Bond films. Beswick's performance contributed significantly to the film's tension and excitement, establishing her as a memorable figure in the series. After Thunderball, Beswick's career continued with notable roles in horror and action films, including her work in 1,000,000 Years BC and Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. However, her life was not without challenges. Beswick faced personal hardships, including struggles with typecasting and the pressures of Hollywood. She also dealt with the fallout from a tumultuous relationship with actor and director John Derek, which brought her into the public eye for reasons beyond her work. In later years, Beswick distanced herself from the film industry, seeking solace in a quieter life. As of the latest updates, she remains a figure of intrigue, with her past roles still resonating with fans. Despite the passage of time, her contributions to cinema and her enigmatic life story continue to captivate. Lois Maxwell portrayed the iconic character of Miss Moneypenny in the 1965 film Thunderball. Her role as the flirtatious secretary to James Bond added a layer of intrigue and charm to the series. Maxwell's Moneypenny was not just a side character. She represented a woman caught in a world dominated by men, often showcasing her wit and intelligence while remaining unfulfilled in her affections for Bond. After her time as Moneypenny, Maxwell's career saw ups and downs. She struggled to break free from the typecasting associated with her Bond role. In the 1970s, she moved to Canada, where she faced personal hardships, including a tumultuous marriage to actor Peter Cushing, which ended in divorce. Later, she battled cancer, a struggle that deeply affected her life and career. Despite these challenges, she remained resilient and continued to work in television and theater. In her later years, Maxwell lived in Australia, where she passed away in 2007 at the age of 80. Her legacy as Moneypenny endures, but her life was marked by both triumph and tragedy, reflecting the complexities of a woman who played a memorable role in cinematic history. As we wrap up our look at Thunderball, it's hard not to feel a wave of nostalgia. This film, released in 1965, not only marked a significant moment in the James Bond franchise, but also shaped the careers of its cast. Sean Connery's portrayal of Bond solidified him as a cultural icon, while Claudine Auger and Adolphe Celle brought unforgettable performances that left a lasting impact. The challenges faced during production, including the complex underwater sequences and the need for innovative filming techniques, showcase the dedication of everyone involved. Now we want to hear from you. Did you watch Thunderball as a child? What memories do you have connected to this classic film? Perhaps it was a family movie night or a special moment shared with friends. We invite you to share your stories in the comments below. Your experiences are a part of the legacy of this film, and we would love to hear how it touched your